Behind the thunderous bass that shaped rock history, there was a man who fought, not only on stage, but also in his own life. He is Duff McKagan, the Guns N' Roses icon who once lived on the brink of death and has now become a symbol of rebirth, discipline, and maturity. Who would have thought that the bassist, once swallowed by the glitter and darkness of the rock world, would instead find peace, not in a bar, but in a Yukita Doken dojo. In that place, he learned self-control, calmness, and the philosophy of fighting without anger. How could a rock star who almost lost everything rise back even stronger? What is the secret behind his drastic transformation? And how did these simple hobbies reshape his life? This is the journey of Duff McKagan, from the storm toward serenity. And believe it or not, this story is wilder, more moving, and more inspiring than anything that has ever happened on stage. Behind the world of chaotic rock stages, there was a skinny kid from Seattle carrying a big dream. Michael Andrew Duff McKagan was born on February 5, 1964 in Seattle, Washington, United States. He grew up in a simple environment with 7 siblings, a big family full of dynamics, but also full of love. Duff was the youngest child of Elmer McKagan, an accountant, and Alice Marie McKagan, a loving homemaker. The McKagan household was stable at first, but when Duff was 14, his parents divorced, a moment that left a deep emotional wound in his life. Duff's youth was far from ordinary. Seattle in the 70s was a city where music culture was rising, and Duff was right in the middle of it. From punk music to skateboarding to taking odd jobs just to keep playing music, Duff began building his identity as a rebellious musician with a heart loyal to distorted guitars and freedom. From the cold streets of Seattle, a skinny teenager named Duff McKagan began his journey. Not in fancy studios, not in elite music academies, but in the underground punk scene. At a young age, Duff had already played in more than 30 punk bands, including The Veins, The Farts, and 10 Minute Warning. Music for him was not just a hobby, it was escape, air, and his way to survive. In 1984, with little money and dreams bigger than his hometown, Duff moved to Los Angeles. LA wasn't forgiving, full of competition, harsh, and wild. But beneath that sky, destiny was waiting. Through a classified ad in a local newspaper, Duff found 2 names that would change his life forever: Slash and Steven Adler. Their chemistry was instant. Raw guitar riffs, powerful drums, and Duff's thick and energetic bass shook every small room they played in. But the last piece of the puzzle came when Duff met Axl Rose and Izzy Stradlin. From these 5, one of the most dangerous bands in rock history was born: Guns N' Roses. In 1987, the world heard their roar through Appetite for Destruction. Critics underestimated it at first, but fans could not be fooled. Songs like Welcome to the Jungle, Paradise City, and Sweet Child of Mine dominated radio, stages, and the imaginations of youth across the world. The album is now recorded as the best-selling debut album in history, with more than 30 million copies sold. In the midst of chaos, Duff was not just a bass player. He wrote, arranged, and even contributed vocals and guitar. He played a vital role in creating that raw, credible energy that made GNR feel real. Not glam, not fake, just wild and honest rock. But success had a price. Massive tours, industry pressure, and a dangerous lifestyle pushed the band to its breaking point. In the early 1990s, Guns N' Roses released Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. And again, the world couldn't ignore them. Stadiums sold out, legendary concerts, global icon status. But behind the stage, alcohol and drugs tore them apart. Duff, then already a symbol of rock energy and raw stage presence, drowned in alcohol. In 1994, his pancreas exploded due to extreme drinking, a condition that almost took his life. Doctors told him he had only weeks to live if he did not stop drinking. That became a turning point. After leaving GNR in 1997, Duff began a new journey, not to kill pain, but to save himself. He returned to school, studied finance at Seattle University, and even established a financial consulting company for musicians. A rare move for a rock star. Music still called him. Duff formed Loaded, then joined Velvet Revolution with Slash and Matt Sorum, and again he achieved success releasing Contraband, which won a Grammy Award. And like the best stories, the road led him home. In 2016, Duff returned to Guns N' Roses for the monumental Not in This Lifetime tour, one of the highest-grossing tours in music history, generating more than $580 million. Today, Duff McKagan is not just a legendary bassist. He is a living proof of transformation, from a Seattle punk kid, from deadly addiction, from chaotic stages, into a healthy, disciplined rock icon who continues to create. Duff is not just part of Guns N' Roses. He is one of its foundations, the beat, the soul, and proof that real rock isn't just about fame, but about surviving, rising, and playing the rhythm of your life. Behind the madness of the stage, amplifier noise, and roaring crowds, there is another side to Duff McKagan, a quieter, fragile, human side. Duff has always been known as warm and loyal, but in his youth, he was swept by the fast and stormy rhythm of rock life. Romantic relationships for him then were not about stability, but escape, something impossible to maintain when life was filled with tours, alcohol, and uncertainty. In 1988, Duff married actress Mandy Amanda Bricks, but the marriage lasted less than 3 years. Brutal touring schedules, pressure of fame, and unhealthy lifestyle tore it apart. While many idolized his rock star life, Duff felt the dark side of fame, loneliness in crowds. Shortly after, in 1992, he married again, to model Linda Johnson. But that storm had not passed either, and the relationship collapsed. 2 failed marriages became a bitter mirror. Love cannot survive if the soul has not found peace. But life has a unique way of bringing the right person at the right time. In 1996, as Duff fought to recover from addiction and rebuild his life, he met the woman who became his home, Susan Holmes, a model and designer. Susan became not only his romantic partner, she became his friend, savior, and emotional foundation. They married on August 22, 1999, when Duff had just recovered from near death, not in glamour, but in personal rebirth. And there, love found its place. From this marriage, Duff was blessed with 2 daughters, Grace McKagan, 1997, who is now also pursuing music, continuing her father's artistic legacy. Mae McKagan, 2000, who has grown into a model and a young creative talent. The presence of his children changed everything. Duff was no longer just a rock icon. He became a protective, gentle, and proud father. At home, the loudest sound isn't a guitar anymore, but the laughter of his family. Duff McKagan holds a financial story far more inspiring than the glitter of rock and roll. Today, Duff is estimated to have a net worth of around $70 million US, not a small number, and what makes it even more special is the way he earned it. His journey began when Guns N' Roses exploded with Appetite for Destruction, now the best-selling debut album in history. From millions of copies sold, global tours, and everlasting royalties from songs like Sweet Child of Mine and Welcome to the Jungle, Duff built his first financial foundation. Then came the next big era, Use Your Illusion and massive stadium tours that solidified GNR's name worldwide. From there, the money kept flowing, not only from concerts, but also merchandise sales and music rights that never die with time. But a wild life has consequences. When his body nearly collapsed from alcohol, everything changed. Duff rose, stopped drinking, and began learning finance and investment. He went back to school, studied business, and even established a financial consulting company for musicians, a rare move for a rock star. He invested early in stocks and technology companies in Seattle, his hometown, and that decision paid off big as the industry grew. Not stopping there, Duff also wrote. His autobiography, It's So Easy and Other Lies, became a bestseller and added to his wealth. He wrote columns for major media outlets from Seattle Weekly to ESPN and Playboy, proving his intelligence wasn't limited to the stage. And in 2016, the golden era reopened. Duff reunited with Guns N' Roses for the Not in This Lifetime tour, which became one of the highest-grossing tours in music history, earning more than $580 million. From there, his fortune grew even stronger. After nearly losing his life to alcohol in 1994, Duff chose a new path. He quit drinking, embraced fitness from cycling to kickboxing, and learned the meaning of balance. Discipline wasn't just for survival anymore, it became his life philosophy. The best place to see that transformation is his home. Duff lives in Seattle in an English Tudor-style house built in 1927 overlooking the peaceful Lake Washington. Not just a residence, but a space filled with family warmth, art, classic furniture, and elegant design details created with his wife, Susan. Inside that home, luxury exists not to be flaunted, but to be lived in. Custom interiors, vintage touches, and a calm atmosphere far from the chaos of Los Angeles that once defined his world. For a rock legend, his car collection reflects the same maturity. No garage of multi-million-dollar supercars. Instead, functional and elegant vehicles like a Ford Explorer Sport and a Jaguar XJS. Duff likes cars that are fast yet comfortable for family life. He grew up with classics like an old Volkswagen Beetle, and his taste remains grounded to this day. Duff McKagan has another world that calms and shapes him today. He is often found in the dojo, practicing Aikido-kan martial arts, a discipline that trains not just the body, but inner peace. In an interview, he said being in the ring is a mirror of life, learning focus, discipline, and facing challenges without exploding emotionally. When he's not wearing gloves, Duff rides his bike through the mountains around Seattle. And of course, his artistic soul never sleeps. Duff has a private studio just minutes from his home, a place where he writes, experiments, and continues to create far from the pressure of big stages. For Duff, this is true balance: art, health, peace, and freedom. And that is Duff McKagan's journey, from the blinding lights that nearly destroyed him to finding new strength in calm and discipline. He didn't just survive, he evolved. Because in the end, true legends aren't born from spotlights, but from the courage to rise again. Thank you for watching. See you in the next inspiring video.